my name is Yuvan. So this has been an extremely complex, challenging, and hilariously enjoyable year for me. Coming into 8th grade, there was a lot of regret. It's my last year at LMS, the school I've gone to since the age of 2, and I wish I could stay longer. 7th grade was amazing for me, from committees to Croca, Montessori Model United Nations to Amy throwing markers, and, of course, Puerto Rico. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a trip as much as that one, in or out of school. I assumed that, thanks to COVID-19, 8th grade would be nowhere near as fun. I was wrong. While the fun I've had in 8th grade lacked the unique community-building experiences of MMUN, Puerto Rico, and Croca, it forced me to find other ways to connect with people, teaching me valuable skills I will keep with me for the rest of my life. Playing basketball, soccer, and even catch, all of which were outside, forced me to interact with classmates and friends I don't usually speak to, leading to me becoming more sociable and stretching out of my comfort zone. MMUN taught me so many skills that are important to me. I learned how to represent a country, even if its beliefs don't align with my own, and how to defend a topic using the research and knowledge I've gained. Our trip to New York was amazing, and I found it to be extremely enjoyable. Though this year was much less enjoyable because of MMUN being virtual, I hope to do something similar again in high school. Puerto Rico was a very different experience for me. I'd never left the country, or in this case, the U.S. mainland, without my family before, and I found it to be very exciting. I had so much fun with my classmates, from shopping for food and cooking to getting caught in the rain at the beach and buying way too much ice cream. I was on the field study planning committee, which meant that my classmates and I were responsible for what happened during the trip. I remember all the emails we sent, phone calls we made, and research we did to make this trip possible. Puerto Rico gave me a new perspective on life, showing me a new part of the world I'd never seen before, and I will never forget that. I met kids my sister's age whose schools were wrecked by Hurricane Maria in 2017. I helped care for trees that would replace the forest the hurricane destroyed. I got caught in the rain at the 7th most beautiful beach in the world when it had been sunny a minute earlier. I know these are not things most kids experience, especially at the age of 12, but I know this unique view will help me make the right decisions and think about how those decisions would impact people everywhere in all different situations. Croca was really quite educational for me. I found it an enjoyable experience in the 3 days I spent there with MS last year and chose to go back over the summer of 2020, mainly because Croca staff had found a way to almost neutralize COVID-19's effect on its expeditions through testing and forming pods. I did 2 expeditions over the summer, a program called Caves, Cliffs, and Waterfalls, and a mountain biking program called No Breaks. This taught me about living outside, mountain biking, caving, making fires, and so much more. I learned so much about myself and what I enjoy at Croca, and made so many new friends in the process. Like I mentioned before, I really developed my social skills. What I mean by this is that I learned more about how to start conversations, have interesting discussions, and even just generally make people laugh. These are all so important in the world today, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to learn these skills. They have helped me build closer relationships with my previous friends, but also to reach out to the other members of my class. I hope to continue to work on this in high school and beyond so I can become a better friend, brother, and person. I've always taken pride in being open to new things and opportunities, but also always had a few key passions and hobbies I've kept with me throughout my life. I love to read, finishing 3 to 4 books a week because it allows me to go on journeys with the characters and identify, understand, and judge the decisions they make. This helps me develop skills I use in my own life, teaching me how to judge the right decision and when to get involved. I also enjoy playing basketball. This is relatively new, something I only started in the past few years or so, but has really become a part of my identity. I enjoy the game and sports in general because they help me to take my mind off the struggles and issues that might be clouding my brain and making me stressed. One of the biggest things I've worked on in my life is my confidence. I've never been great at speaking in front of people I don't know, and this has been an issue for me for a very long time. Recently, I've been trying to find ways to work on this. My personal challenge, getting better at an Israeli martial art called Krav Maga, has helped with that. Also, events like MMUN, MS Voices, MMUN, and other speaking events have helped me get more comfortable with people I don't know. This has been key to developing the skill. Making difficult decisions, especially ones that involve other people, has always been hard for me. A lot of the time, I ask my friends what they think. Other things I do are speak to my family, especially my parents, and listen to what they have to say. A very simple example would be if I see something interesting, say a shiny rock, and 2 people want it. Deciding between even something as simple as this becomes difficult as I begin to overthink the situation. In the end, I either give it to one or neither. If I give it to one, I instantly feel bad, but by giving it to neither, I disallow both the excitement of having the rock. This situation is only a simplified version of something that could happen. To reach many of my goals, all I have to do is continue what I'm doing. However, some will take more work, effort, and awareness of those around me to accomplish. I hope that high school will get me to where I need to be and learn even more about myself. In the future, I want to be someone who plays basketball, who reads whenever possible, who others can depend on, who my friends and family value, who's strong academically, who is loyal, and who people know they can trust. Thank you.